never broke nothing, never popped nothing. Every time it's on, you be yelling, it ain't about nothing. Straight up, you got. Man, you already know what it is. Jay Williams, let's live life, and we're back. Why? Why do I continue to do this? Why do I continue to do this construction? Please, somebody help it make sense to me. I think I know why, but I'm not really sure. Like, I've got it made. I've made it. With social media, with YouTube, I've made it. Like, I'm established. Bank is good. But here I am. Had I not got hacked, it was done. January 1st, I was done. I would not be sitting right here. No. I'd be at home right now. I'd be relaxing. But I'm still here. And I guess I chalk it up to, I really think it's my ambition. I think it's my hustler's mentality. Why would I cut off a bag when I can get two? But then on the flip side of it, if I put all my energy, into YouTube and podcasting and social media, I could quadruple the amount of money that I'm making from social media right now. And in all honesty, I make a good living. Great living. Why lie? But I'm losing a lot of money by being here. Every day that I don't drop a video, I lose thousands. So it's the gift and the curse. Give me your thoughts in the comments section. What do? Thieves. Nobody likes a thief. Prison, jail, even the detention center had thieves in it. I remember dude stole my shoes going to court. Like, stole my shoes going to court because he knew he was going home from court. And then I had to wear the little Jackie Chan, Bob Barker shoes. These little blue, man. Took my white-on-white Air Max 95s. They had just dropped. He stole them. Then in the jail, I've seen guys army crawl. I've seen guys just physically go and take it. Then prison, I've seen guys steal everything from televisions to coffee cups. What are you going to... And the coffee cup is usually jet black on the inside, disgusting. Why would you want somebody's coffee cup? I can see why you want that 13-inch KTV. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, makes a whole lot of sense. I cannot see why you would want my coffee cup. But that's what we're doing today. I'm going to give y'all a throwback. And it's all, but the story's all inspired because I saw this dude yesterday. A dude by the name of Sketch that's from Richmond. You know what? I'll tell y'all in the video. But that's what we're doing today. Sketch's story. Sketch was a thief. And as y'all know, I've told y'all before, it always ends bad. With all that being said, you know I done seen it. You know I done lived it. So, let's relive it. Where I'm working at right now, the house that we're actually on, isn't far from downtown Richmond. Richmond is notorious for their panhandlers. Like, there's a lot of bums in Richmond. A lot of guys down and out. A lot of guys hooked on that Billy Crystal. A lot of guys out here just really, really out here. So, first of all, I quit drinking the energy drinks. People kept coming. I started to crash off of them. I felt like trash. So, it's awkward. So, I stopped yesterday on the way home, grabbed some water. Walking in the store, and there's this dude standing there beside the store talking on the phone, right? And he's asking people as they walk by for money. I go to grab the door, and he's like, hey, oh. And I look over. I already know he wants money. Hey, you got a couple dollars? And I get to looking at him. Before I realized who it was, I was like, yeah, I got you. Let me go in the store, man. I don't keep cash on me. I'll grab some money for you, though. I go in the store. I do what I do. I come back out. And I'm looking at this dude, and it reminds me of somebody. I've seen this dude somewhere before. But this dude is doing bad. So whoever he may have once resembled, he don't look like no more. He gets to looking at me. He goes, your name's Jay. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe YouTube. You see me on social media. What's up, Greensville with you? Such. Hey, what's up? They called me Sketch. Looking at him, I know exactly why they call him Sketch. I said, oh, okay, how you been, man? What's up? Oh, man, it's just my little hustle. This is what I be doing in the daytime. He goes ahead and gives me the rundown on that. He ain't homeless. He stays not far from there with a bunch of other people that are twacked out of their mind, but he comes up here and gets money from people, and it's his hustle. That's how he gets on. So I don't spend much time talking to him, but in talking to him, I said, yo, you was the dude that had snatched old boys and then, yeah, that was me. With all that being said, that is the lead up to, well, actually, I'm telling y'all today's story. Let's get into it. Guys' names will say a lot about who they are, what they do, and the type of life they've lived. Sketch. That could be several things. You could be a dude that draws. You could just be sketchy. But this dude, Sketch in particular, was a fiend. He was a guy that got down with that Billy Crystal, and you could tell. Sketch has got all these scars. He's got them on his arms. He's got them on his face. And one of his arms is burned up really bad. And he tells this story of how the first time he tried to make this stuff called shake and bake, he didn't really know what he was doing. And he wasn't really letting the pressure off. And when he went to go let the pressure off, the cap exploded and the stuff went all over his arm, and very bad chemical burn. Sketch was a known thief. Old people. The name was not very good. Now, he ran with a group of dudes that wasn't my type of guys. But these guys would kind of congregate towards same, like in the summertime, we go out to what's called Cracker Beach. And that's if you go all the way to the end of the rec field. There's a volleyball court there, and that's where the gangs would have their meetings. The Muslims would have their meetings. The Aryans would have their meetings. And then for the most part, we would just congregate. It's very far from the tower, so the guards are more focused on what's down in front of her than what's way across the rec yard. So if we want to slide off and smoke a little bit or drink a little bit, then the best place to go is way down at the end over beside Cracker Beach. That's when I hear him tell that whole story about the explosion in his arm and how he's got these sores or, like old scars on his neck, and he picked at his face. And Sketch was your typical fiend, typical math head. Yeah, that's how we do. That's what we'll call them, math heads, right? Dudes didn't want to be in a cell with Sketch. Like, he went through cellmates. You can't make a man do anything he don't want to do. You're not going to change his habits. If he's dirty, he's going to stay dirty. You can drag him and physically put him in the shower. I've seen that done as well. And tomorrow he's not going to shower again. So he would go through cellmates left and right. Dudes would go in the cell with Sketch and see that the toilet had barnacles growing in it. Look like he's been wiping boogies on the wall. Like, the cell is disgusting. You take your shoes off and your socks instantly turn brown. For the most part, as convicts, we kept our cells clean. That was our home. That was our humble abode. That's where we stay at. Yes, no, it's not state struck. I live in there. It's going to somewhat represent my personality. Sketch's personality was written all over his cell, and just the way he lived, from the brown washcloth and brown towel that he had that he never exchanged. He slept through sheet exchange. They come through once a week and give you new sheets and new pillowcase. He never got up for that. So every tattoo he had gotten, he would fall asleep. And then, I don't know if you know about this, but if you got a fresh tattoo and you lay down on a white sheet, there's a good chance when you wake up in the morning, if you stayed in that position, that whole entire tattoo, it's not going to come off, but it's going to be imprinted on that sheet. I've had it happen a dozen times. Sketch's sheets were disgusting. Sketch had an issue where he had a couple different times where he'd been slapped around, bullied, beat on, picked on, had hands put on him because he would borrow things and couldn't pay it back. His mom would set him up, and I know this to be true. Oh, I'm going to send you some money. We call this ass betting or selling wolf tickets. Don't ever, ever, ever count on some money you ain't got. Just because somebody says they're going to send it, don't mean that it's going to make it to you in time. It doesn't mean they're going to send it. So don't go out there borrowing things or trying to get things from people on a whim of what somebody might do. And his mom had done this to him several times. I'm going to send you this, I'm going to send you that. And he would spend the money before he even got it. His mom ain't even got the money order yet for the $100. He done borrowed up $75 and owes out the whole $100. And then his mom wouldn't send the money order in. And, well, dudes would take it out of him one way or another. We get a thief in the pod. Now, we didn't think, at the time, we didn't think it was Sketch. We actually thought it was another dude. We thought it was a black dude because he had come out the hole for stealing. He got his head cracked in another bill for stealing. And in the moment he shows up in our pod, stuff starts coming up missing. And I'm talking petty stuff like radios and like cups and bowls and everyday just average items. Little stuff. People's state jackets, like, if you left something out, it was coming up missing. Now, we got a houseman that sweeps and mops every night, and dudes would start looking at him funny. Hey, he was out there when I went to sleep. You be the only one out there. Hey, somebody must have grabbed it before you went in the cell because it wasn't out here. Meanwhile, Sketch is really the one stealing. Sketch is sliding below the radar. We come back from chow one day, and Sketch is caught red-handed coming out of dude's cell. Dude, I guess when he went in there, the officer seen him go in the cell, and she, whoop, pushed the button. Now he's like a little mouse in a mousetrap. Once she pushes that button and locks that door, you are locked in that cell. When dude comes back, the officer, and this is a cool officer, tells the dude, hey, somebody in your cell don't belong in your cell. I seen the boy go in there. I locked the door. Pretty much telling him, go get him. I'm not going to say nothing. Some of these officers are like this. Dude goes over the cell, looks, and Sketches in there. No, look, I walked in the wrong cell. He's coming up with all these excuses on why he's in this man's cell. Dude waves his arm. That's how you get them to open your cell. You wave your arm. When they see you wave your arm, they'll open your cell. She was waiting for the signal. He waved his arm. Sketch tried to push his way out. Dude shoved Sketch. Big dude now. Whooped all up on Sketch. Sketch is walking around all types of beat up. So now dudes don't want to, at this point, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on inside the prison, a whole bunch of stuff floating around the yard. And you, at times, have to take a loss to keep from taking a major loss. So a couple of little different boys got together and put together some food and gave it to him and told him, you can't be going to chow. Just staying here and tell. I'm telling you, he took a whooping. As a white guy, I can tell you, I can take the slightest punch and my whole eye will turn yellow, green, purple, like all that from a little punch. Well, this dude got whooped on pretty bad. So he had all those colors and then some. His face resembled a rainbow if a rainbow had dents and lumps on it. So he takes the food the dudes give him, and his mission is to fly below the radar. When the guards walk by for count, turn your back to them. Stay out of their face. If you go outside, drape a towel over your face so you don't go outside looking like Baby Yoda with your face all stretched out and beat up, right? So he would eat and not go outside or not go to chow, not do anything to draw attention, because once they see him in the shape he's in, they're going to come in, they're going to question guys. If they can't figure out who did it, a lot of times they'll just put us on lock because they're not trying to deal with it, right? As I've told y'all, dudes would literally come in, take one look at the cell and be like, this how you living? And he'd be like, what's wrong? They'd be like, I'm not. Y'all not putting me in here. And they would go to the guard and say, find me another cell or just send me back to the hole. I'm not living like that. That dude over there is a Viking. 100% he's a Viking. He's living like a troll under a bridge. That dude, y'all know he's a homeless person in a cell. Y'all have locked up the homeless. You should go look at the cell. His cell was disgusting. Smelled bad. How do you make a concrete room smell like body odor? There's nowhere for the odor to really stick, but it was them sheets, them blankets, them socks. Dirty dude. Bunch of dudes come over from another building. I'm in 7 building. They come over from 8 building. Now, in this group of guys, they were doing this thing where they were swapping gang members out and moving them all over the building. So they would send a bunch of guys in this building and send a bunch of them over here. Well, I know a few of these dudes that come over here from the yard, from working out, from doing business on the yard. He gets in the cell with this tall white dude named Lily. Lily he's from Gloucester, Virginia, kind of a country boy with a little bit of a street twang. Like you could tell, kind of like if you took Trick Daddy and put him in a white dude's body, that type of country. He's street, but he's country. Lily is 6'3", 6'4", very athletic, monster at softball, sucked at basketball, couldn't shoot, dribble game sucked. Only thing he really do was play center and protect the basket, but he was a beast at softball. When softball season rolls around, everybody goes outside for the most part. That means it is summer. That means it's beautiful out there. You can get out the pod. The sun is shining. That's the closest to being free you're ever going to feel while incarcerated. We're full swing into softball season, and I'm glad Lily's in our pod. It gives me somebody else to talk to. I'm real limited on who I talk to, so I would kick it and I would talk with Lily time and time again. Lily's been in here now, better part of maybe a month and a half, 2 months. When he comes to me, he says, hey, what's up with dude that's in the cell with me? What you mean? Like, I know he steals and stuff. You think he would steal from me? I don't know. Why? What's up? Just little stuff. Petty stuff is coming up missing. Like, I'm missing little stuff, Jay, like stamps and like state soap. We had this little bar of soap called Lisa they give us. I'm missing little things, and he got me tripping thinking I'm crazy. I ain't got dude stealing after that last one he took. Like, you wasn't in here when dude beat him up. I was. He was messed up for a while. I don't know, man. I'm missing little things. Even like bags of candy. I'll open a bag of candy, give him a couple pieces, and like the next day, the bag of candy have like 3 pieces in it. I said, I don't know, man. If you ain't seen the man steal nothing, you ain't caught him with nothing of yours, you can't really Unless you just want to be a bully and beat him up, ain't a whole lot you can do about it. You right. At the time, we had a bunch of freak books. If you don't know what a freak book is, I'm going to break it down to you. That is an adult magazine that most times the pages have been numbered and then they've been taped with clear tape because guys are going to use them, and sometimes stuff gets on them, and it's disgusting kind of thinking about it. But freak books were a big thing in our pod. There was several different dudes that had some exclusive freak books. They didn't let you get this stuff in the mail. It's almost like they were promoting mail on mail. That's crazy to think about. This stuff would come in the mail, but as soon as it got to the mailroom lady's like, oh no, this is too hardcore. Can't have this. She throw it in the trash. Then there's a guy that can get it back. So that guy lives in our pod. He works over in property. So our pod is flooded with freak books. Sketch gets every little dollar he got, and it becomes like apparent real quick that dude has got a gunning problem. Not only does he gun the officers down, which is highly frowned upon, that is the act of pleasuring yourself while watching an officer. Some guys do it from the cell, some guys do it from the shower, some guys do it sitting right out in the day room. But it's become apparent that this dude has got a gunning problem. Aside from him constantly being in the shower, aside from him constantly being in the cellway and the door peeking out like can't nobody see him, and he takes all the little extra money he's got and he's renting these freak books. Like, the act of renting a freak book is kind of stupid when you think about it. You can rent it for the day if you want. It's crazy. Or you can rent it for an hour. You can rent it for 20 minutes. Everything's got a price. He rents this freak book from dude. Takes the book back. Look over, and dude is up in the cell, and he's a beat Sketch up. He's accused of Sketch of taking the pages out of it. That's the reason the pages are numbered and the pages are laminated, because dudes will be slick. They will take a razor blade and cut it so fine that you'll never notice the page is missing. But if you number all the pages, there's no way you could steal from it. I'm going to know if you took a page. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 9. Oh, no. Dude runs up in the cell, rough Sketch up. Sketch gives it up. It's got it right in his mouth. Here, my bad, man. They fell out the book. I ain't take them. They had fell out the book, but they're under your mat. So dude slaps him up some more, right? So now his celly comes again. Lily's like, yo, dude's definitely a thief, man. Like, I was outside earlier today playing softball. I come back in. He's got marks all over his face. I heard he done rented the man's freak book. He done took pictures out the man's freak book. Dude ain't doing too bad, man. He slapped him up, put hands on him, and Sketch came up off of it. Man, I swear to God, if I ever catch him stealing from me, it's going to be a bad day in here, Jay. He's done had hands put on him several different times now for stealing. In due time, he is going to steal from you. He has been stealing from you the whole time. But he's stealing in such small amounts that it's not nothing you're going to notice. It's not like he's stealing 3 sodas or he's stealing a whole entire soup. He's like a little mouse. He likes to pick at things. I think this all plays back to the addiction and the life he led in the streets. The unthinkable happens. What's going through my mind is because Lily's done told me if I ever catch this man stealing from me, I'm going to punish him. I really don't like him. He stinks. I made him get on the top bunk. Now I don't even want him sleeping on the top bunk because little toenails and crust and dust and dirt from him be falling down on me at night. I done put magazines and newspaper all over the bottom of the bunk, and stuff will still fall on me. I wake up, there's toenail clippings on my blanket. So man, I done moved to the top bunk because I don't want to sleep under this dude. They're having problems living together, but he's made it clear if I ever catch him stealing from me, I'm ready to take that whole trip. I don't like this compound anyway. I like to get close to where I live, so I'm going to beat him up first chance I get. Anything comes up missing, I can prove it. I'm putting my hands on him. The unthinkable happens. Sketch comes out the shower one day, heads over to the cell, and is in the cell, and he's drying off. Taking one of his rare, every 4th Wednesday showers. And as he comes out the shower, he heads down the cell. Now, they live about 5 cells down on the top tier from the shower. Lily's going in the shower after him. Lily, it's very common for your stomach. Hey, let me get the shower behind you. Actually, let me get the shower after you. You don't say behind. That's kind of, we're funny in how we say things, right? Let me get the shower after you. He tells him, all right. Lily goes down there, goes in the shower, gets to hanging his stuff up, and I see him run out the shower. When I say run, I don't mean walk at a fast pace. I don't mean trot. I don't mean sprint. He runs out the shower, straight down into the cell, and I'm all the way across the pod. And the way my cell's positioned, the way Lily's cell's positioned, I can see into his cell, and he can look from looking up, look down straight into my cell, and I see him run straight in the cell. And this dude has got his back turned, and he is drying off, and in the midst of getting ready to put deodorant on, when I see Lily run in and just pick him up from behind and suplex him. Boom! Roll over on top of him, and just do what we've seen done 1,000 times. Violence at its finest. He punishes this dude to the point the officer in the control booth has seen it. She just watched him run out the shower half dressed, watched him run in. She sees him punishing Sketch. She calls in the people. The people come in. He is still in the middle of beating on Sketch. Didn't take them long to respond. I've seen it take up to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Sometimes, if they're close by, they'll get to you in 20, 30 seconds. They come through the bottom door. They come through the top door. Boom. They run straight in. Grab Lily, scoop him up. Boom. Throw him off of him. Pin him down. And handcuff him. They stand him up, and that's when he starts to snap. How you gonna do something like that? It's something messed up with you. This dude got my people picture in the shower. It gets quiet. This dude had went in Lily's photo album. I don't know to this day what the picture was. I don't know if it was his mom, if it was one of his kids, if it was his sister, if it was his girl, who it was. But Lily goes in the shower behind Sketch. He's done went in Lily's photo album, stole a picture, took it to the shower, was in there pleasuring himself, got wrapped up in the moment, and left out the shower, went back to the cell, and left Lily's picture hanging right in the shower. Lily goes in the shower behind him, sees the picture hanging there, ran down to the cell, scooped Sketch up, and punish Sketch. I didn't see Sketch no more after that either. Both of them went to the hole. You imagine your family members send you pictures, which is one of the things we hold near and dear to our hearts. It's one of the things that will get you completely taken up off this earth, is messing with somebody's loved ones, family members. And them photos are the closest thing we have. Some of those photos we're in. Those photos are photos that were taken by our loved ones. That's our family. It's my tribe. That's my people right there. And somebody takes your photo and then goes to the shower with it. And not only did he steal from you, but you know that he was in the shower getting his rocks off to your people's photo. In my opinion, Sketch got lucky. He was real lucky. We had Sergeant Whitfield. Did not like Whitfield at all. But that man's shift was on top of things. He stayed lurking around. He used to always, oh, you're riding dirty. This is when that Chameleonaire song came out. You're riding dirty. You're riding dirty. I know you're riding dirty, trying to fit in and be cool with us. You're a lame ass away from me, man. But his shift was ran like that, where he kept officers on their post. And if a code got called, they reacted to it. Them officers went up in there, pulled Lily off Sketch, at which point Lily made a big scene, let everybody kind of know what was going on, why he did what he did, and that dude was a thief, and he took his family's photo in the shower, and as I seen Sketch, and he looked like he's aged about 30 years. Most of his teeth are now gone. He's got several different new scars on his face. Clothes were disgusting, begging for change. I gave him a couple dollars, and he scurried off like a little rat behind the building. I'm guessing to go get served. But yeah, seeing Sketch brought the whole sketch pretty much getting erased because he wanted to steal from somebody. Let me give you some solid advice. Don't be stealing. Don't get caught stealing. Don't think you're smarter than the next man. Don't touch things that don't belong to you. Nobody likes a thief, man. Nobody likes a guy that you have to watch him or something might come up. And you definitely, if you're going to steal, don't steal nothing that's personal. Because that ass whooping you're going to catch, trust me, it's going to be even more personal than whatever it is that you stole was. And let's face it, it ain't like prisons packed full of good Samaritans, full of just the world's greatest people. No, this is where we send guys that have broken the law and that have shown society you just can't get right. That's what prison is. But with all that being said, I'm almost home. Got an interview to do tonight. Pretty stoked about the interview. Then I got to dig in. There's no jumper situation. This is something I'd already been talked about. something I'd already said was getting ready to go down. It just happened a lot faster than I expected it to happen. Glad to be home. Almost another week behind me. And anyway, please remember this. Any week that you're above ground, able to walk around, a free man, is a good week. No matter what you got going on, somebody out there that's got it worse than you. You have one leg, there's a man with no legs. You got no legs, there's a man with no legs with no wheelchair. You got no wheelchair, there's a man that's in a bed that can't get up. It's always somebody doing worse than you, man. Be thankful. Be grateful. Thank God. For whoever it is, just be grateful for the life that you have. I'm elated. I'm beyond joyful, man. Beyond happy to be out here and to be able to be a part of just this amazing world we live in. Society, just to be a normal guy. Just to be a dad. Just to be G. But anyways, these jails, detention centers, these prisons, these thieves, they're all just crazy world inside of an already crazy world we live in. And there's always, y'all know what I'm doing. Just trying to keep y'all entertained. Oh, you're not entertained? And like always, this is Jay Williams. Let's live life. To all my real ones. And there are some real ones watching. Because y'all still watching me. And y'all know how we do. Salute.